Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Feminine read for you, and I will do oracle cards at the end. No sand art today. It is December 27th, 2018. The 27 is a 9, and it's also the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. So it has to do with creativity and sexual passion, but a big boost to push you forward. It is a 9 of compassion, universal selflessness, and endings, so there may be some endings as well today. But it's the 7 of spirituality on the inside, the 2 of the feminine energy on the outside, being a good mediator and just seeing both sides of the situation. The day adds up to the number 50 today, and that is the 10 of Cups. That's the culmination of the emotions in the family cycle. So it's complete happiness within a family cycle, or you're completing a family cycle and you're getting ready to start a new cycle, or you're in that newness already. But that's very beautiful, positive emotional energy. So we have the Ace of Wands and the 10 of Cups, and that Ace of Wands is 50, which is the 0 energy of Source, supporting the 5 of change, freedom, expansion, romance, children, all of those things. Freedom. And the Ace of Wands. So new passion in a new emotional cycle. So let's see the energies today. It is beautiful and sunny out today. My son took me out for breakfast, so it's a very nice morning. The energies are a little better. I still feel some of the energies coming in, but it's not as bad as it's been this past couple weeks. As far as stress on the heart, the cards coming out today, there was a little bit of choppiness and resistance. They weren't completely smooth, but it wasn't really bad. It was just a little bit of resistance there. Maybe a little stiff, a little cold, or sharp were some of the adjectives coming out when I was doing this. Also, the dogs were barking at this point, and also the tower was emphasized. It was emphasized when I was shuffling the mini deck, which are my main clarifiers, and then it comes out within the read as well. Yeah, actually the after the read card is the tower as well. So we have these energies. For the Divine Feminine read, which was done 8:55, 54 to 55, the only major arcana in this read was Reason, which is the Emperor. Okay, that was the only major arcana. So it's all about the Emperor today. There were 3 wands, 3 swords, 2 cups, and 2 pentacles. So very well balanced. The only court cards are Page of Swords and Knight of Swords. So they could be 2 kids, or just a little bit too much in our heads, or a lot of communication, and not mature communication, because we have the Page and the Knight here. So as far as the numbers, we have 1, 6, 16, which is the tower, 10, which is the wheel, and then 26, which is the Page of Wands, which is that Ace of Wands energy. You know, it's that young, inspired, want to go out on a date energy. 55 also came up, which is the Ace of Swords, the truth, and triumph. And also, like, the 1 is Magician and 6 is the Lovers, but it's very much about affectionate love. When you add the passion, then yes, it becomes passionate as well. But the Lovers is really more about, for me anyway, about affectionate love, about that motherly love. Or that family love, you know. You can have the Lovers come up when your children come up, or your family, people who you're very affectionate with. So the coding had everything to do with individuality, being authentic to you. And the message was about messages and communication. There may be a sudden aid in messages and epiphanies of high vibrational thoughts and words, and being authentic to yourself, like my messages. There could be, you know, acing the love you have with your child, or you may be giving aid to one of your children, having talks with your children, open communication, being authentically you, and your children really showing their appreciation for who you are authentically. Also, when the word 6 comes up, S-I-X, it's perfect because it for me it's code S9 because X is 9. So for me that's Sophia 9. So that's very much about the feminine collective consciousness. So it's all about the feminine collective consciousness and aiding others who seek to speak to someone and to learn how to be authentic to themselves, as well as appreciating what you give in your authentic self. So it's all about this learning how to communicate with each other authentically. And I was just hearing birds, and I'm wondering why, because there's no windows open. But I am hearing them. Okay, so as getting into the read, it starts out with the Seven of Wands. In the Syrian Starseed deck, which is always the main deck I've been using, it's really about, it's kind of like rising from the ashes, but it's rising from the flames, and the heat rises, rising above the tango. So as heat rises and helps lift you up, the King of Cups feels left behind a little, but is patient, rising above the truth that's about to come out. Or the King of Cups wants the Divine Feminine to come to him and is patiently waiting. Then Scrooge is also out, watching and holding back, ashamed in his fuzzy brown Christmas socks, messages, and feels maybe that some of these messages are coming that are above his family's heads, or messages he has for his family are above his family's head. Also sad about a message of union, this King of Cups. Checking out farm properties to grow herbs and vegetables for some, in brown cuffed boots with laces, embarrassed to be Scrooge, resistant and mean. So somebody might be coming across that way. It doesn't mean it's their normal personality. It's just the energies for today. So the Queen of Wands and daughter can be coming up here, or a Queen of Wands who's independent, ending a love, or transforming spiritually, as the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Wands is fire signs or a fiery person. Pentacles is earth signs or a very grounded person. But the Queen of Pentacles is coming up reversed here, who needs grounding and peace, maybe stressed a little bit, without enough sleep, maybe taking a child somewhere late night or early morning before the sun rises. There may be children going back home, whether they're grown children or young children going back to the other parents, or just going home from a relative's house. Stick in the mud was coming up, or stuck in their head, healing, or about dreams of shining their light. Patching the quilt, could be guilt too, but patching the quilt together, putting the puzzle pieces together, literally for a bed. So you may be making beds as well, washing all the sheets from all your visitors, things like that. Sleeping with colors and symbols of resonance and flower picks, sleeping next to a stiff. Okay, so either you see them that way, or maybe someone who actually stiffed you. Not enough sleep, eyes irritated, sweeping by a fence, which was coming up as demarcation or hyene, which has been coming up the past couple days, that division of property. Sweeping by the fence or that division of property in order to clear it. So this could be a divorce situation, division of property as well. Some shoveling, or some are rowing. Some may doing work on their arms and digging, watering at dawn, getting feet on the lawn, even though wet or frosty. Needing to visit a mother with your sister who may be leaving soon. Rising above the truth to heal home and union. And then heart-to-heart conversations come up for the underlying energy for the feminine. And separation is right underneath that. So it's like someone went through a separation and now need to have heart-to-heart conversations. There's a nightmare family photos coming up, which happens a lot during the holidays, or couples photos that someone doesn't want to do. Working with true love, wounded warriors now telling his story of birds diving and flame, a resistant goat, and dove listening. trying to write, pen and ink, feather, candles, measuring sweets, and predicting fall weather. While looking to the past, longing for sweets, seeing everything in twos, even doves look at each other, even socks are in twos. Going mad, thinking of you. Okay, so that could be on either side, the masculine or the feminine. But with another at the full moons and all this underlying energy, the main signs that were coming up were Sagittarius, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Libra. But with another, so going mad, thinking of you, with another at the full moons, missing your feet, logs aligned, hoping you would always be on time. So like looking back at the past and remembering these things. Remembering that hug when time stood still, a lingering glance, resisting with sheer force of will. And then underlying energy comes up as health, most importantly, and then nature was underneath that. An avenger with horns, pentagrams, rubies, and rubles, 3 red eyes, dumping emeralds on a wing, and more deliberation. A boy who can't express his emotions, who thinks he's the devil for wanting a date, wanting to rush in as the Knight of Swords, but worried he may be too late. Orange groves with stingers, counting sheep and cotton fields, virtual reality chess match. Next move is his, he mustn't wane. His questions, is he a boy or a man? Rushing in passionately for dream union, rising up beyond truth not seen, longing for past love and health, needing more greens. Okay? So recently, that was all underlying energy. Recently, 5D messages sent, no longer fighting, letting go of ego. Foundation of attention, destiny of losing money and crown. The King of Pentacles wants to talk when you come around. Centrally, 6 angel rays in a grand portal, creative at work with psychic abilities and secretly over-isolating. The Divine Feminine is now challenged by just wanting a small message to clarify the past, a reason to go back. What's up with the King of Cups and King of Wands and narcissistic marriage and the all business Queen of Wands? Also challenged by mother and son or child, a Sagittarius or Scorpio, wounded warrior in need of another father. Now not seeing the beauty right in front of your eyes at home. The Hierophant narcissist wants to be alone. And this was coming up more for me as a masculine energy that may be around you in the house. Sneaking away in heartbreak and separation, dropping the ball in a split or a hurry to re-energize and become strong again to get physical activities done. All too much in their heads. Now Sagittarius, Scorpio, Leo, Libra, and Taurus were coming up here. That they have fled. All right, so after the holidays, people leaving, or within your union or relationship, if you're still in a karmic relationship, there's a lot of leaving going on right here. Rejected by Taurus, third party, gossip, marriage, religion, workplace, or establishment. Feeling rays of angel death. The Divine Masculine feeling wounded from narcissistic commitment, tossed out of a marriage, or a 2 or 3 partnership. With Justice, the King of Cups, King of Wands, and Justice, and showing muscle to karmic. Soon the Emperor reasons why he was sucked into paying to fix things. Up nights overworking or unable to work due to up nights, and rising above not working. The justice system bleeding him dry, awakening now to the reasons why. The Divine Feminine sees herself as a twin flame, in mourning of union or home taken away. As the Knight of Cups approaches, offering love, past life relationship comes up for the Divine Feminine, and let friends help you. Around the Divine Feminine, or as she is seen, diamond in the rough, new life, but no green. So that can have to do with health and environment, but also about money. Also hearing the call to messages of truth, but attention is lacking to health and self. Some may need a new roof. The winter is sparse, but still let in the green. It just takes a little more effort outside to be seen. Clear blocks of family lineage, walking away from deception, not okay to be used. Only you can allow rejection. Individuality also comes up here for the Divine Feminine, to be her authentic self. The King of Wands puts affection out there. Worry the Divine Feminine is seen in a jungle. Red tulips, or red two lips. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, comparing or showing muscles to spare. So they could actually literally be comparing each other's muscles to each other, or just showing each other who's stronger, which is coming up as pride, but that's pride. And brain wars, too much, fighting yourself. The King of Swords exposed, happy that the pain is over. He's awake and wants a happy family. Putting down their swords, the Divine Masculine and family, for new passion and ending pain in sudden events and epiphanies. Insecurities and manipulations are a block. In disconnection, ignoring love offer is not. It is not grounding and integrating. It's boredom when disconnecting, when you're not connected with your higher self. Time to be strong, time for some petting. Rising to tango and getting attention from flame. New life diamond in the rough. 5D messages sent, truth in its name. Getting wish, possible satellite dish, or angled rays, communication, or angel rays, communication from Emperor and or family. Definitely a separation here, a split or heartbreak, brain wars and family. The King of Swords, happy, and the King of Wands is putting it out there. Sudden new passion to end the pain. Libra, Pisces, and even Scorpio and Aquarius are okay, but Aries or Cancer, especially Sun or Moon, is up to no good and dominated by a Leo, or just kids in general, or your need for sunshine. So Empress is good, Emperor is not, and Virgo is over-isolating in their head too much. Taurus is okay unless they're a narcissist emperor. Peacocks and tails between their legs, then suddenly new passion, jumping past manipulations and blocks to be strong. Okay? So that is the read for the feminine today. It's very much about individuality and remembering to be yourself no matter what, authentic, okay? When you make yourself happy, you raise the vibration around you and you pull in others that will be just as happy as you, okay? And you should be by now seeing the effects of you resonating at a higher level and how it's now affecting the family around you. Take a deep breath. I'm going to pull from the Ascension deck. Clear in a line. Okay, Ascension deck. Clear in a line. Clear in a line. Okay. So today is December 27, 2018. What is the message for us? What do we need to know? For everyone watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what is the message from our masters? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay. The bottom is 12 chakras, number 1, which is the Magician. It's that masculine energy. And the affirmation for this says, I awaken my 12 fifth dimensional chakras. So working on your chakras. So here's where I can suggest my chakra video, because it's a literal Reiki, full clearing, 57 minutes, going through all of your chakras. I'm clearing out your auric layers, and it's really potent around the throat chakra. You have to hear it. The audio is not great on it, but it's very potent as far as energetic. So we have the masculine energies here of the Magician, the 1, and the 12 chakras, and we're still in December, and that's of the Hangman and Wisdom. The card that came out for you is 42, Lord Kumika. It's 42-6, which is, again, of the love, family, and community. It's the 2 of the feminine energy inside, and the 4 being responsible and dependable on the outside, structured. Kumika came from another universe to set the conditions for the golden age of Atlantis with Archangel Metatron, which I always see as heading the Divine Masculines, okay? He has returned to be Koan of the 8th ray, a soul ray of purification, enlightenment, and communication. When you receive this card, you're on a quest for enlightenment. Your guidance is to breathe Kumika's blue topaz light into your aura, which is very much of the throat chakra, which I just brought up. Expand your attitude to one of unconditional love acceptance of others, and personal responsibility. Kumika will open new doors for you and guide your footsteps towards enlightenment and ascension. And the affirmation is, I call on Lord Kumika to enlighten and support me. Okay, and 42, by the way, is the Two of Cups. So very beautiful union energies. Okay. We have past life deck. Take another deep breath. Clear and align. Clear and align. Alright, so this December 27, 2018, what do we need to know? What is the advice for everyone watching for the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? Okay, 2. Actually, a third wants to come out. High Priest or High Priestess is coming up, okay? That's the underlying energy. And trust and faith is beneath it, alright? So using your psychic abilities and your connection to your higher self to have faith and trust. The cards that came out for you guys are Scribe or Writer, Forgiveness, and Unrequited Love. Okay, they came out like this. Actually, this is the first card out, and Forgiveness. And then this was kind of like an afterthought that wanted to come out. I'll show you them each one at a time. So first we have Scribe or Writer, which very much was coming in the read. We got the pen and ink and the feather. Okay, for that creative writing, and a scroll, which actually was in one of the pictures as well, and a seal. So we have scroll, seal, candle, there's a bracelet in this as well, and pen and ink. So it's very much coming up for me right now as the old-fashioned pen and ink writing. We also have Forgiveness here, and this is very pure, and the 2 doves came up, that everything is in twos, even the birds, and it was 2 doves. Okay. So there needs to be forgiveness. You know, that's where we're letting go of our ego to forgive. And then we have unrequited love. Okay, so any unrequited love that was felt in the past. There needs to be forgiveness here, and some of that forgiveness will be coming in a letter. Or maybe a literal scroll with a seal. Some will be by candlelight. And some will be learning forgiveness by reading. Yes, but if you stay like this, that's what you're going to attract. So we need to let go of those feelings, all those negative energies, as well as mother energies are coming through that card as well. Any harsh mother energies in your relationship, or that are just within your energy from past lives, needs to be released, purified, forgiven. Okay, so write it down if needed. You need to journal. And then from Journey of Love, take another deep breath, clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Okay. Again, December 27, 2018. What does everyone need to know? Everyone watching for the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What is the message here? What do we need to know? Okay. The bottom of the deck is 35, Intimacy. 35 is the Wounded Warrior. And learning to forgive so that you can become more intimate. Okay. And intimacy just really has to do with being authentically you and allowing someone to see you for all that you are. It is 35-8, which is that balance, manifesting, being strong within and without. It's that very balanced energy. It's also big sports and business, 35. But it's all about intimacy. And there's children involved here too, okay? That true closeness isn't about sex at all. It's about showing your real self to each other and loving each other and forgiving each other no matter what. It doesn't mean you have an excuse for abusing each other. That's not what we're talking about. It's allowing each other to be who you truly are. Okay, the card that came out is 6511, which is the King of Pentacles, the breaking. So again, this is 6511, the King of Pentacles. And there's definitely some bloodbath here. And breaking apart. It's not sharp edges though, it's smooth. But definitely some bleeding out here. With communication. So there definitely could be some verbal arguments here. But there's light here too, which is the forgiveness trying to break through. And I'm going to read that to you, number 65. The breaking. You are breaking apart. You may not understand it at all. There's not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean that it's easy to endure. You may worry that you're going too far, that you may not recover, or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you to becoming all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? Temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be brokenhearted by the divine so that you can become your truth. Become all that you are meant to be. It is better to have the heart broken and spirit connecting with me so that it grows than to be brokenhearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration that you may feel, you're being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine as it strips you of that which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It's going to be the making of you. And the poem's just titled Love. Love is a special closeness that sings from the heart, that warms my days and nights, that feels good, that makes me smile, that makes me glad to be alive. Okay? So it's also stressing, you know, when we feel that sadness and desperation and despair and you want to die, doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you feel like you want to be alive. So the purpose is, or the point of that is that you want to be with someone who makes you feel good, not someone who makes you feel like you want to fall apart. But it's also about you being responsible for your own emotions. And you can only be abandoned or rejected or experience injustice if you allow that. Okay? And it's always your choice. Would you rather be right, ego, or happy? Peace. Okay? And that's all about being in fear or love. It always is. They're mutually exclusive. You can't be in both. You have to be in love or fear. You choose. Drink your water, rest, and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.